We, as a species, across the world, in varying forms, have been given religion. And religion drives humans to their knees in many respects, makes humans passive, and putting their power into a savior, into some external God. We have been conditioned to believe that there are angels, guardian angels, and all kinds of stuff that we've been told. Something wants us to believe that. Yet another vehicle or mechanism by which humans look outside of themselves, put their power, seek to be led, need to be led. So God, religion, are going to guide the country into some better state of existence for all. And how untrue is that proving itself to be? Religion and politics are at the basis, the root, the foundation of most people's ideologies. And when you really think about what it is that will drive a human being to go and kill other human beings, it's their ideologies, political or religious. So not only have we been manipulated, lied to, deceived, and all of those types of things, humankind has been given the two most divisive mechanisms that I can think of to divide us all by religious ideology, to divide us all by political ideology. And look at the violence that man has endured because of religion and that belief system and that ideology. And look at the violence that man has endured in people's belief and their party being better than the other party. And this applies all over the world, for all of humankind, all of humanity, for as long as we have history and know of these things. And if it's not politics, then it's some ruler or oligarch that has had a tyrannical rule over all of its kingdom. This is what humankind knows. This is what humankind, in as much as we know, has always known. Humankind has always been manipulated by religion and politics and all the things that anybody that's halfway tuned in would probably have a sense has been going on. The gravity of it all, how vast and all-encompassing and almost total and complete all of this manipulation, deception, and perversion of everything. As a species that is made mental, emotional, psychological, and born blank. And if you know this, well then you know this. If you don't, you don't. We're born, the child is born in the theta state. So that the first 7 years, this is why the Jesuits say, give me a child till it's 7 years old and I will give you the man. Because they know that everything that goes into the child's mind during that developmental stage, during that indoctrination phase of human development, will go and anchor into the subconscious mind. We are made a species that we don't have direct access to the subconscious mind. The journey to get in there can be the journey of years, decades, or a lifetime for many people. And with that in mind, look at how much has been coming at humankind to pervert and toxify what goes into the minds of the developing child through each of the 3 stages of human development. And if there's a loving God in the sky, ask yourself why it allows that to happen. If there was anything out there that was going to help us and protect us, knowing that we are the species that we are, born blank, born ignorant, and don't have any inherent defense mechanisms for these things, ask yourself why nothing that people believe is out there has ever come to help us, to protect us, to teach us so that we can protect ourselves. Clearly, evil runs rampant upon the earth and functions with no rules, doesn't adhere to any rules but one. It has to tell us. For some reason, due to the supposed spiritual war that we're all dealing with, there's a rule that they adhere to that says they have to tell us. So they put things in plain sight because they know that we're too ignorant to understand what we're seeing. They put truth in movies because they know that most people will see it as entertainment because it's packaged as that and they've never asked deeper questions. The more I have sat and thought about what we are, why we are, what's being done to us, what we were created for, the history of the planet, the things that take place to pervert and toxify the human, so that when the human has offspring, by default, in a lot of cases, parents will toxify their children. The children grow up with the shit in their brains and their minds, and then we'll repeat the cycle. Nothing about this place is conducive to healthy human development, healthy human evolution, healthy human growth, or any of that shit. And I'm not sitting here in a place of just being negative. I am looking at the objective facts as I see them with what it is that I know, have experienced, have discovered, and deduced for my goddamn self. I don't need to be told a lot of this stuff by anybody else. Something, or a group of somethings, that are clearly quite evil has been doing this to us on purpose. And as I was saying, the evil doesn't follow any rules but the one. Yet anything that people consider to be good doesn't break those rules and help us. You see what I'm saying? So it really brings into question a lot of the things that people believe. And in believing that something's going to help us, something's going to save us, they stay passive, they stay neutral, they stay unengaged in the world. They, in many respects, people are apathetic. On top of the water, the food, the air, we've been poisoned. Every single solitary aspect and facet of human life, human existence, human culture, human society, and all of the systems that exist seem to exist for a few basic reasons: control, manipulation, toxifying the human. Look at what's been done to humans. Look at what is being done to humans. Look at what the governments around the world are engaged in right now. Look at what the media is engaged in. Look at what the medical industry is engaged in. Look at what the vaccine industry is engaged in. And trying to destroy and degrade and manipulate and control. Why doesn't anything in the context of there is good stuff out there, guardian angels, good aliens, or whatever it is people want to believe, why doesn't anything come to help us as a species, or those of us that wake up, those of us that begin to see more clearly the gravity of what's going on and drop some nuggets in our laps? Fuck, a few crumbs would be nice to give us a little bit of an advantage, because it's clear that whatever's doing this to humankind has every single solitary advantage that you could possibly imagine, and it's using it. And it's using all of those advantages to put humans under a barrage of evil that's coming at humankind from every single solitary direction that you could possibly imagine. Yet most humans don't know that, because their perceptions and their beliefs and their minds have been placed into a box.